They will eat the madness. They will make pigs of you all. They will... Oh wait, this isn't Machine for Pigs. Then let's get this out of here. This ain't no Machine for Pigs. This is something far better. This is Outlast!
I see. Merciful God, you have sent me an apostle. Guard your life, son.
Miles Upshur, an independent journalist, is given a lead to a recently reopened facility known as Mount Massive Asylum. But there's something that isn't quite right about this place, and no, it's not that mentally ill patients were kept here. Like Amnesia, the backstory is told through notes found throughout the asylum. However, unlike Dark Descent but like Amnesia and Machine for Pigs, none of the notes have any voiceover, which is a disappointment. The reason this is a disappointment is because you want to sit back, listen and get immersed within this interesting world they're trying to create. But be warned, over the course of this 5-hour story, you'll be doing a lot of reading. Because of the lack of voiceover, you'll be standing around, reading the notes, and it can get tiresome after a while. As you journey through Mount Massive, you'll only be armed with your camera. No weapons, no looking through your inventory, no interaction with the environment, just you, some monsters, another human, and your camera, which you'll be using to light your path through the use of its night vision. However, as you use it, your batteries will drain, forcing you to look around for replacement batteries. In the first half, it does seem there are more batteries opposed to the second half. Throughout the game, you'll be faced with some obstacles or puzzles. They normally require you to collect or do 3 of something to move on to the next part. The puzzles are rather simple to complete, but this works rather well in Outlast. Instead of being told you need to collect 3 items, go to a workbench, combine them and take the crafted item to the location, it's collect or activate these 3 objects, avoid being killed by this creature that wants to kill you, and move on to the next section. However, this means the puzzles feel similar, and after a while it can feel repetitive. You will face humans, some not so much human and some more human than others. When being chased, there are various objects in which you can hide in. These include desks, fireplaces, beds, lockers, or simply in the corner. When you hide in these objects and the creature enters the room, they will proceed to randomly check certain hiding locations. You also have the ability to peek around corners, which is really useful. The soundtrack supports the game's atmosphere. Whether it's being chased by a weapon-wielding creature or when you're having your fingers chopped off, it all works rather well. The graphics for the game are excellent. Everyone and everything looks really detailed and overall the game looks fantastic. From the moment you first step into the game, there is a tense feeling that is kept up for the most part. It does start to lose it past the halfway mark, however despite this being a common theme in horror games, it means that the developers need to step up and find a creative way to implement that feeling of fear. Design-wise, the creatures are not scary, but the game doesn't try to make you scared of their looks, instead how the character acts. You have a section when you're collecting fuses, there's one creature that may attack you on scene, attack you after you collect the fuse, or never attack you at all. The Doctor does a fantastic job at taunting you. In fact, lots of the creatures will taunt you. One example is when you're tied to a wheelchair, you'll be offered to go outside, but because you're tied to said wheelchair, you cannot. You'll be called Little Pig when a certain creature stalks the hole looking to rip you limb from limb. Finally, at certain points, you'll wish things would just hurry up. It can feel like the game drags on a bit at certain points, and that could be because the entire game revolves around walk through a scary section, encounter a monster, complete a puzzle without getting caught and proceed on to the next part, while throwing in some story in between. Which is fine, because there isn't much else that they could do, but hey, what about having voiceovers? I would love to see the game developers start to get a bit creative with the scares, try and mess with the player a bit. One thing they could have done was having the creatures flank you. If you're in a position where the creature can get behind you, you start to hear something get closer and closer. As you turn around, all of a sudden, the crazed doctor or a bulking creature is only steps away from you, and the only thing you can do, run for your life.
Little pig.
Despite the problems I had with the game, I have to say Outlast is one of the best horror games to come out recently. The game provides an excellent value for $20. I am going to give Outlast an 8.5. If the developers choose to make another horror game and improve upon what went wrong, I can see this developer creating some truly memorable horror games.